The Lean Startup. Innovating for Success with Continuous Learning and Adaptation by Ries. The Lean Startup by Ries is a revolutionary approach to entrepreneurship that has transformed how startups and established companies alike think about innovation, product development, and growth. Rooted in the principles of lean manufacturing and agile development, this book provides a systematic, scientific method for creating and managing successful startups in an era where businesses must adapt rapidly to changing markets and technologies. Introduction: Rethinking Entrepreneurship. Ries begins by challenging the traditional view of startups and entrepreneurship. He argues that the conventional approach, building a product, launching it, and hoping for the best, is deeply flawed. Most startups fail not because they lack good ideas or resources, but because they waste time and money building products that customers don't want. Ries introduces the concept of the lean startup, a methodology that prioritizes learning, rapid experimentation, and iterative product development over rigid business plans and long-term predictions. The lean startup approach helps entrepreneurs avoid common pitfalls by focusing on validated learning, minimizing waste, and adapting to customer feedback. Core principles of the lean startup. Number 1. Build, measure, learn feedback loop. At the heart of the lean startup methodology is the build, measure, learn feedback loop. This process emphasizes the importance of creating a minimum viable product, an MVP, measuring its performance in the market, and using the data collected to learn and make informed decisions. Build. Start by creating a basic version of your product, the MVP, which includes only the most essential features. The MVP is designed to test key assumptions with minimal effort and resources. Measure. Once the MVP is in the hands of customers, the next step is to measure how it performs. This involves gathering data on customer behavior, feedback, and how well the product meets their needs. Learn. The final step is to analyze the data and learn from it. This learning helps you decide whether to pivot, change direction, or persevere. Continue with the current strategy. The goal is to quickly and efficiently discover what works and what doesn't, so you can refine your product and business model. This iterative loop ensures that you are constantly testing your assumptions and adapting to real-world feedback, minimizing the risk of failure and maximizing the chances of success. Principle number 2. Validated learning. Ries emphasizes the importance of validated learning, the process of using empirical data to confirm or disprove a startup's assumptions about its product, customers, and market. Validated learning goes beyond traditional market research. It's about conducting experiments that reveal actual customer behavior. For example, instead of assuming that customers will love a new feature, the lean startup approach encourages you to test this assumption by introducing the feature to a small group of users and measuring their response. If the data shows that users engage positively, the feature is validated. If not, it's a sign that the product may need to be adjusted. This method of learning allows startups to quickly identify what works and what doesn't, reducing uncertainty and ensuring that resources are spent on ideas that have a real chance of success. Principle number 3. The minimum viable product MVP. The concept of the minimum viable product is central to the lean startup methodology. The MVP is the simplest version of a product that can be released to customers in order to test a specific hypothesis or assumption. The idea is to build just enough to start learning as quickly as possible. For instance, instead of spending months developing a fully featured product, you might create a basic prototype or even a landing page that explains the product concept. By measuring how potential customers interact with this MVP, you can gather valuable insights that guide further development. The MVP approach prevents startups from wasting time and money on features that customers don't want. It also allows for rapid iteration and improvement based on real-world feedback, increasing the likelihood of creating a product that truly meets customer needs. Strategies for lean startups. Strategy 1. Pivot or persevere. One of the most challenging decisions for any entrepreneur is whether to pivot or persevere. A pivot is a fundamental change in the business model, product, or strategy based on what you've learned through the build, measure, learn loop. Persevering means continuing on the current path because the data supports the existing strategy. Ries explains that successful startups are those that can pivot quickly and effectively when necessary. A pivot might involve changing the target customer segment, altering the product's functionality, or even shifting the entire business model. The key is to make these decisions based on validated learning rather than gut instinct. Ries provides examples of famous companies that pivoted early in their journey, such as Twitter, which started as a podcasting platform before pivoting to microblogging. These pivots were critical to their eventual success. Strategy 2. Innovation accounting. Innovation accounting is a method of measuring progress when traditional financial metrics are not yet applicable. In the early stages of a startup, revenue and profit may be minimal, making it difficult to gauge success. Innovation accounting focuses on learning milestones instead. This approach involves setting specific, measurable goals for learning, such as how many customers sign up for a trial, how often they use a new feature, or how many respond to a marketing campaign. By tracking these metrics, startups can measure their progress toward building a sustainable business. Ries argues that innovation should be measured with the same rigor as financial performance, and that entrepreneurs should hold themselves accountable for achieving these learning milestones. Strategy 3. Engines of growth. Ries identifies 3 primary engines of growth that startups can leverage to scale their business. The sticky engine focuses on customer retention. Products that rely on this engine are designed to keep customers coming back, often through excellent user experience or loyalty programs. The goal is to minimize churn and increase the lifetime value of each customer. The viral engine relies on word of mouth and social sharing to grow the customer base. Products that spread virally do so because each user brings in additional users, often through referral incentives or network effects. The paid engine involves using paid advertising or sales efforts to acquire new customers. The key to success with this engine is ensuring that the cost of acquiring a customer is lower than the revenue that customer generates over time. Understanding which engine of growth is most effective for your startup is crucial for scaling the business efficiently. Each engine requires a different approach to product development, marketing, and customer engagement. Building a lean startup culture. Empowering teams. Ries emphasizes the importance of creating a company culture that supports innovation and continuous improvement. This involves empowering teams to make decisions, experiment, and learn from failures without fear of repercussions. In a lean startup, teams are encouraged to think like entrepreneurs within the organization. They are given the autonomy to test ideas, gather data, and make informed decisions based on what they learn. This approach fosters a sense of ownership and accountability, driving higher levels of engagement and creativity. Continuous deployment. Continuous deployment is a practice where code and product updates are released frequently, often several times a day. This allows startups to quickly test new features, gather feedback, and make improvements. By shortening the development cycle, continuous deployment enables faster learning and more rapid iteration. Ries highlights the importance of creating systems and processes that support continuous deployment, such as automated testing and monitoring. This ensures that updates can be released safely and efficiently without introducing bugs or other issues. Metrics that matter. In a lean startup, not all metrics are created equal. Ries introduces the concept of vanity metrics versus actionable metrics. Vanity metrics, such as total user count or website hits, may look impressive, but don't provide meaningful insights into the health of the business. Actionable metrics, on the other hand, are directly tied to the startup's progress and can inform decision-making. For example, instead of focusing on total downloads of an app, a startup might track how many users are actively engaging with key features. This actionable metric provides a clearer picture of whether the product is delivering value and resonating with users. By focusing on metrics that matter, startups can make data-driven decisions that accelerate growth and improve product-market fit. Overcoming challenges and scaling up. The lean startup in established companies. While the lean startup methodology is often associated with new ventures, Ries argues that its principles are equally applicable to established companies. Large organizations can benefit from adopting a lean startup mindset, particularly when launching new products or entering new markets. Ries provides examples of how established companies have successfully implemented lean startup practices, such as setting up internal incubators or encouraging teams to operate like startups within the larger organization. By embracing lean startup principles, these companies can stay agile, innovate more effectively, and avoid the pitfalls of bureaucratic inertia. Scaling up. The transition from startup to sustainable business. As a startup begins to achieve product-market fit and scale, it faces new challenges. Ries discusses the importance of maintaining the lean startup ethos even as the company grows. This involves continuing to prioritize learning, experimentation, and customer feedback, while also building the infrastructure needed to support a larger organization. Scaling up requires careful attention to processes, culture, and leadership. Ries emphasizes that while the tactics may evolve, the core principles of the lean startup, validated learning, rapid iteration, and a focus on value, should remain central to the company's operations. The lean startup's impact and legacy. The lean startup has had a profound impact on the way startups and established companies approach innovation. Its emphasis on continuous learning, rapid experimentation, and customer-centric development has transformed the entrepreneurial landscape. Ries's ideas have been adopted by startups, corporations, and educational institutions around the world. The lean startup methodology has become a standard practice for launching new products and businesses, helping countless entrepreneurs avoid common pitfalls and build successful companies. Conclusion: innovating for the future. In conclusion, The Lean Startup by Ries offers a groundbreaking approach to building and managing startups in a fast-paced, uncertain world. By focusing on validated learning, rapid iteration, and minimizing waste, the Lean Startup methodology provides entrepreneurs with the tools they need to create products that customers love and to build sustainable businesses. Ries's insights are not just theoretical. They are practical, actionable, and proven to work. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur or an established business leader, adopting the Lean Startup principles can help you innovate more effectively, adapt to changing market conditions, and ultimately achieve greater success. The Lean Startup is more than just a book. It's a blueprint for the future of entrepreneurship. By embracing its principles, you can navigate the challenges of the modern business landscape, continuously improve, and build a company that thrives in the face of uncertainty.
Feel free to subscribe, share the audio, and hit the like button if you enjoy the content. Thanks for listening.